She committed a grave mistake,
Fucking lie to me!
and now death was chasing her like her shadow. She knew she had no chance until and unless her father comes to protect her on that particular day.
Morning, Link.
Welcome back to Paramount Recapped. I don't have many subscribers, but your single comment is a ray of hope to motivate me.
No!
Alright, so picture this. One random morning, there's this sweet and kind of shy girl named Lydia. She strolls into a gun store like she's just picking up groceries, but nope, she's actually buying guns and bullets. Why? All for her boyfriend, Jonah, who's deep into some shady business. Jonah's crew is run by this scary dude everyone calls El Padrino. After Lydia picks up the goods, she, Jonah, and two other gang members hop into a car and roll out to some poor guy's house. Apparently, this guy's on El Padrino's bad side for supposedly swiping some cash. Now, this house they're pulling up to, it's not just some bachelor pad. It's a full-on family home with a mom, dad, and 3 little kids. Not long after they barge in, things go sideways real fast. Suddenly, there's gunfire blasting from inside the house. Lydia, who's definitely not used to seeing this kind of madness, is completely freaked out. She hears glass shattering, and before she can even process it, Jonah's firing off shots like it's nothing. The kids who've been happily playing outside bolt back into the house, scared out of their minds. Lydia catches sight of a guy on the floor. Yeah, Jonah's already put a bullet in him. Then Jonah, not wasting a second, gets all up in the wife's face, yelling and demanding to know where the missing money is. The poor woman's shaking and swearing she has no clue what he's talking about. Meanwhile, the other 2 gang members are tearing the place apart, flipping furniture and trashing everything as they hunt for the cash. Lydia is totally horrified by what's happening. She's begging Jonah to chill out and not hurt the woman. But Jonah? Cold as ice. He shoves a gun into Lydia's hands and tells her straight up, "Prove you're loyal. Shoot her." Lydia's freaking out, holding the gun, shaking like crazy. She just can't do it. Jonah keeps pushing her, pressuring her hard, and Lydia totally loses it, panics, and accidentally shoots him instead. Realizing she's just shot her own boyfriend, Lydia's heart drops. She doesn't waste a second, bolts out of there like her life depends on it, because honestly, it does. Now the story flips over to an older guy named John Link. This is Lydia's estranged dad. That same day, John's at a support group, swapping stories about his time in the military. He's also talking about his rough patch after getting out, especially that one time he landed in prison for accidentally killing someone while he was drunk. John's got his buddy Kirby there too, an old war pal who's basically family to him now. Turns out John's been divorced for a while and is living solo in this beat-up old camper van. After the army, he became a tattoo artist, keeping to himself, not much contact with Lydia. Out of nowhere, John gets a call from Lydia. She's freaking out, saying she needs to get out of her place ASAP and begging him for $2,000. She's making it sound like she's just looking for a fresh start. New place, new job, but truth is, she's running from Jonah's gang. She keeps that part secret to keep her dad safe. Even though John doesn't have the cash, he promises to help and tells her he'll bring the money. He jumps in his car, ready to drive all the way to Santa Monica, where Lydia told him to meet her. It's a long haul, but the next day, he finally gets there. Lydia shows up, looking like she's been through hell. Exhausted, jumpy, eyes darting everywhere. She hops in the car, and not long into the drive, she's out cold, catching some much-needed sleep. When they make it back to John's place, he gently carries her inside, lays her down to rest, and starts cleaning up her stuff. He finds drugs, booze, even a gun in her bag, and quietly hides it all away, realizing his daughter's gotten tangled up in something seriously dangerous. When Lydia wakes up, the first thing out of her mouth is about the money. John admits he doesn't have it yet, and Lydia blows up, totally furious. John tries to calm her down, saying she should just stay with him for a bit until she gets her feet back on the ground. Lydia is hesitant. She's scared of dragging her mess to his doorstep, and she finally tells him Jonah is dead, though she leaves out the part where she's the one who pulled the trigger. By now, John's put 2 and 2 together. He's seen her face on missing person posters and knows the cops are looking for her. He convinces her to stay just for a week while he figures things out. Later that day, John goes to Kirby to ask for a loan, but Kirby's having none of it. He thinks Lydia's just going to blow it all on drugs again and tells John he should be getting her medical help instead. That night, there's a knock at John's door. Some guys show up acting like they want tattoos, but John can smell trouble from a mile away. He locks everything down, bracing for a fight. Sure enough, a brawl breaks out, and John's doing everything he can to keep Lydia safe. One of the guys even starts smashing up John's camper van. Just as things are about to get real bad, Kirby and his buddies roll up and scare the attackers off. John knows it's only a matter of time before things get worse, so he grabs Lydia and hits the road that night, trying to stay one step ahead of the danger. During the ride, Lydia finally breaks down and confesses what really happened. She tells John she accidentally shot Jonah when he was trying to get the stolen money back for El Padrino. Now both the gang and the cops are on her tail. Later, they crash at a cheap motel, trying to catch some sleep. Lydia, too wired to rest, goes outside and strikes up a convo with a young guy at the front desk. Inside, a news report pops up on the TV, showing Lydia's face and saying she's wanted by the cops. The motel staff freak out and secretly call the police. Lydia rushes back to the room, telling John they gotta move, but it's too late. The place is already swarming with officers. Luckily, the receptionist, feeling guilty, sneaks them into an empty room to hide. John watches through the window as two cops close in, but just when it looks like they're about to get caught, a gunshot from somewhere else distracts the cops. John and Lydia don't waste a second. They sneak out and make a run for it, hopping into a random guest car and peeling out of there before anyone can stop them. So, John and Lydia are minding their business when out of nowhere, some sketchy dude with a gun starts chasing them down like it's a full-blown action movie. But somehow, they manage to dodge him and get away. Like, what even just happened? Total chaos. The next day, John's not messing around. He rings up this old buddy from his prison days, Jack. Yeah, the dude used to be deep in a mafia game. John's hoping Jack can tap into his shady contacts and figure out who the heck is after them. Jack's like, all right, man, I'll see what I can dig up. So, John and Lydia hit the road again, scraping together whatever rides they can manage to catch, heading toward another city in Montana. Their mission? Find Tom Harris, a military buddy of John's who totally owes him big time. They roll up to this bar, where Tom supposedly hangs out, but the bartender's not exactly spilling secrets. Dude thinks Lydia's John's girlfriend and gives them attitude. John steps outside to make call to Kirby, probably stressing out, while Lydia, oh, she's smooth. She sweet-talks the bartender, and boom, gets Tom's address just like that. Meanwhile, Tom's over here living it up, totally unaware what's coming his way. Lydia and John show up at his place, and John straight up demands the cash and Harley motorcycle that Tom still owes him from way back. But, surprise, surprise, Tom tells him the money's long gone. Big shocker, right? That night, Tom throws this wild get-together with his biker crew to welcome John back into the fold, all smiles and beers. John and Lydia crash there overnight, thinking maybe they're in safe hands. Spoiler, they're not. Next morning, total betrayal. Tom and his wife pull guns on them, planning to cash in on a $30,000 reward for turning them in. Cold move. John's fuming, but he's quick. He lunges at Tom's wife, snatches her gun, and flips the whole situation. He's mad as hell, but still spares Tom, out of whatever's left of their old friendship. John grabs his motorcycle back, scrapes up whatever cash he can, and he and Lydia peel out of there fast. But of course it doesn't end there. Tom's guys come after them, kicking off a wild car chase and shootout. John, now armed with the gun he grabbed from Tom's wife, takes out the attackers like a total boss. Next day, they know they've got to lay low and switch things up, so they go full makeover mode. John shaves off his beard and stash, and Lydia hits the dye bottle, changing her hair color completely. New look, new vibe, trying to stay one step ahead of whoever's tracking them down. John swings by the prison again to see Jack, digging for more info. Jack pulls some strings and figures out the truth. Jonah, the guy everyone thought was out of the picture, was actually the one who ripped off El Padrino in the first place. That crazy shootout at the start of the story? Jonah planned it to wipe out witnesses and cover his own back. Turns out, when Lydia accidentally shot Jonah during that chaos, El Padrino totally blamed her for the theft, thinking she was behind the whole thing. Talk about a mess. Meanwhile, Lydia's holed up in some cheap motel when Kirby calls, voice full of panic. He's like, get out of there now. El Padrino's crew knows where you are. Lydia doesn't waste a second and bolts, thinking fast. She heads to a movie theater, figuring it's crowded enough to disappear into the background. Big mistake though, it's a setup. Jonah, very much alive, has lured her in. She tries to make a run for it, but Jonah's guys snag her before she can get away. At the same time, John's just wrapped up his visit with Jack and is trying to reach Lydia, but no luck. He gets Kirby on the line, only to find out Jonah's already gotten to Kirby. Dude's dead. John's crushed, but there's no time to sit around. He flips from heartbroken to furious in seconds and decides it's time to take the fight straight to Jonah. Jonah's got Lydia and threatens to kill her to keep his dirty little secret buried. But John fires back that if Jonah touches her, he's going public with everything. No bluff. Before the big showdown, John makes one more stop at Tom's place to grab some grenades. Yep, grenades. Tom tries to stop him, but John's done playing nice and ends up taking him out for good. At the meeting spot, John rolls up solo, hands raised to show he's not armed. Jonah's cocky, lets John come close to Lydia, who's tied up in a car. But plot twist, John had rigged his motorcycle with a grenade. As soon as Jonah's guys try to move it, boom, massive explosion. Total chaos. John uses the distraction to go full attack mode, fighting Jonah and his goons with everything he's got. It's a brutal, messy brawl, but John manages to get Lydia free. Jonah, slippery as ever, gets away in the chaos though. John and Lydia jump into a car and take off, thinking they've got a shot at escaping for good this time. But nope, a sniper starts firing at them, and John catches a bullet going down hard. Lydia's freaking out, trying to help him. John's all, "You need to leave me here," but Lydia refuses to bail on him. She's not going anywhere without her dad. Then, out of nowhere, the sniper moves in to make sure John's really dead, but John's still got fight left. He whips out his gun and drops the sniper with one last shot. John's hit bad though, and it's clear he's not making it out. He uses his final moments to look at Lydia, staying strong for her, and dies in her arms like a true hero. Totally gut-wrenching. Not long after, the cops catch up with Jonah and haul him off to jail. And the movie closes out with Jonah locked up, facing Jack and his prison crew. Let's just say, things aren't looking good for him behind bars. And that's a wrap on this wild ride. If you dug this breakdown, smash that like button, and hey, if you didn't, hit dislike twice just to make sure it sticks. Go check out the full movie if you haven't yet. It's a crazy one.